Welcome everybody to another R1P Draft Breakdown. If you have not already, please like and subscribe. Let's get into what I'm going to be talking about today and who I'm going to be talking about today. So today I'm going to be talking about Cade Cunningham, obviously the first pick in the NBA draft. I just had the Rockets on there, and I'll explain that after for the team fits. But anyways, let me give you a quick rundown on what I'm going to be doing. So first off, I'm going to be telling you guys about the strengths and the weaknesses of Cade Cunningham and what he's really good at and what he can improve on. And then I'm going to go to a quick, about like a 4 or 5 minute highlight tape of his strengths. And then I'll go to his team fits and explain why the Pistons and the Rockets are on there. And yeah, so let's get into it. So first off, Cade Cunningham, obviously the best guard coming into this draft because he's going to be obviously the #1 pick. If the Pistons pass up on him, then I guess the Rockets will get him, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But anyways, so Cade Cunningham, he's a 6'8", 220-pound guard. So let's get into it, man. So last season, he averaged 20.1 points, 6.2 rebounds, and 3.8 assists, along with shooting 43.8 field goal percentage, and also he shot 40% from three, which is pretty good. And some of his other stats are 84.6, so about 85% from the free throw line. He was a really good defender, averaged about a block and about two steals per game. My bad. And then also he averaged 4 turnovers per game, which could be a lot better. But he does play around, like, he averages about a good 35 minutes per game, like 35 to 40 minutes per game. So that's most likely why, because he gets those high minutes. He got those high minutes. But yeah, so let's get into his strengths and his weaknesses. So first off, his strengths and his weaknesses. So he's a great all-around shooter, and I just basically said that. He's a great all-around shooter from the three, from the mid-range. He's a good rebounder. Obviously, I just said that too with his 6.2 rebounds. Also, he's good at creating his own shot, which is another great thing that you want to see NBA guards be able to do. And that's one thing that they really have to be good at to be successful in this league is to be able to create their own shot. He's also good at making good pass decisions, and you'll see those in the strengths highlights as well. He has a very, very high basketball IQ as a freshman going into this draft, very, very high, and he'll bring that obviously into the NBA. Great court vision, and then an elite defender. He, like I said, he averaged like a block and 2 steals a game, that's phenomenal. He's great at beating players to where they're trying to go, and he's like I said, he has great court vision. He knows where these players are going to go, and he just cuts them off, and he's really good at doing that. But now let's get on to his weaknesses. So I only have 2 weaknesses for him, which is pretty good if you're considering that a lot of these guys are freshmen coming into this. He's a freshman coming into this, I mean. So the first of the 2 weaknesses is shooting off the pass. Shooting off the pass is one of the weaknesses for me because I've seen it. It's just because he's just not as consistent off the pass as I would like to see in the NBA, and I think some of the NBA teams would like to see. So I definitely think that's why, and you'll see that. And you've probably seen that in games if you watched, and you're a big Oklahoma State fan, you've seen that. And then his handles, obviously, like I said, he averages 4 turnovers a game, which is not good at all. And it's a huge part of it is because of his handles. He really needs to improve that if he wants to be a great guard in this game. So that's the 2 weaknesses I have for him. So yeah, guys, let's go to the strengths highlights, and I'll meet you guys back here to talk about the team fits of the Pistons and the Rockets. So let's get into it, man.
About an hour and a half east of Dallas.
6-0 run for UTA over the last 2.5+ minutes, and there's Cade Cunningham with his first collegiate bucket. Anderson runs it out for the Cowboys. Cunningham down the lane with the left hand scores.
He's got to attack.
Another opportunity, likely underneath, trying to keep it alive. 3, Cunningham, good!
Good kick out by Likely and a good smooth release by Cade Cunningham. No hesitation.
Screen set by Moncrief. Cunningham gets it to fall.
Oh, he earned that one because what they did was they backed Rojas all the way into the lane as their center. He did not shoot well last year, only 29%.
And Cade at the other, it says, I will respond to that and up you with a 3.
And although Azor comes in as their best player on paper, they have a lot of weapons. Look at that move. Strong move. Did a nice job of taking that ball away from the defender. You're allowed to go out of bounds, come back in and touch it, but not if you still have possession of the ball.
Cunningham playing with some grit here. He looked like he was a man possessed on that possession after getting what he thought. Back to Oklahoma State. Likely hasn't shot a bunch of threes, but he hits that one.
Here in this first half, home opener for the Cowboys. And Cunningham knocks down the three.
Loves to pass, but also has the ability to make shots. Probably a little too much opportunity right at the rim for Mike Boynton's liking.
And Cunningham, the bucket, the foul, and a chance to go up 20. Both coaches wanting positive things from their programs in the first 5 minutes. The Cowboys have definitely started to light it up a little bit. Cowboys in transition, making it count. Cunningham drives and dishes in a three. Likely with a great dish. And Cunningham with a slam.
See the quick help there defensively by Marquette.
Cunningham, the shake and hit. Akano lost it again. That's a couple of turnovers for the youngster.
And 3 shutouts.
Score the goal and a foul. Flying through the air, Rondell Walker. And it was snipped out by Likely, leads to the run out for Cunningham. Cade Cunningham.
Well, there's that grace and fluidity. Hey,
Likely had 3 3-pointers all last season. A year ago, he's already got 3 in 3 games this season. Steal by Cunningham leads to the...
Welcome back, everybody, to the Team Fits part of this episode of the Draft Breakdowns, the R1P Draft Breakdown. So let's get into it, man. So first off, well, I think that Cade Cunningham is going to go to the Pistons. Besides, they had the first pick because of the lottery stuff. It's because he's a good fit for them because the Pistons, they just need a lot of help. Even if they have a young point guard in Killian Hayes, along with a team superstar in Jeremy Grant, all 3 of them, including Wayne Ellington and Mason Plumlee, can get Detroit back on track on the defensive side. Like I said, and Cade is he's not short of a defensive player. He's an elite defender, like I said in the strengths. He averaged 2 steals and a block per game, which is what Detroit needed last season on defense. Is a player that can move fast and quickly and stop players, because last season they allowed the 11th most points per game, which at 110, and which isn't terrible. It is kind of terrible. They need to work on that for sure. And then one of the biggest things that Cade's can help with is for the Pistons to score more, because last season they only scored 106 points, which was the 3rd worst in the NBA. 106 points, that's just terrible. It's mainly because they don't have a good center position, and also because they just have a lot of raw talent. Derrick Rose just left, and he's balling out now. He was balling out earlier. I honestly think I have a theory behind why Derrick Rose didn't play the best in Detroit. Detroit, I mean, like, they're not that good of a team, you know what I'm saying? No hate on Detroit fans or anything, but, like, you gotta admit, like, it's not been the prettiest last few years, you know what I'm saying? And as a Michigan resident and me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know this. Like, Detroit sports is not good. Yeah, like, it's not. And, yeah, so, yeah, I honestly just forgot what I was about to say, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah, man. But anyways, also, Cade's rebounding skill will also be able to help the Pistons as well, because they're they're the 5th worst in the NBA in rebounding last season. That's terrible as well. They really need to work on that. it was mainly because of the center position, so they need to work on that. And it was basically because they had a lot of raw talent and a lot of younger talent. So I'm really excited because I think the Pistons will be able to become a better team over time. I'm not saying first year playoffs. No, I'm sorry. But because, dude, they still need to help the center position because it's still not good there. But if Cade can do what I think he can and what he's proved to be able to do in college, I really, really think the Pistons can become a playoff team in the next 3 to 5 years. So let's move on to the last and final, the second and final team fit in the Rockets. So basically why I have this on here is for some reason if the Pistons decide they're going to be stupid and draft, say Jalen Green, the first overall pick, you know what I'm saying? Like, then the Rockets, that's like an obvious pick to take Cade, you know what I'm saying? Because they have a young roster. They have a ton of talent. They have Kevin Porter Jr. They have a lot of talent. They have Jason, I don't know if I say this right, but Jason Tate. I know it's Tate. They have Christian Wood, obviously. He's like the vet of that team. Of that starting five. So yeah, that's something that's basically why they're hindered. And then also he can help with rebounding last season. They sucked at rebounding. They're the third worst team in rebounding. And then points per game, they were 24th, which is the sixth worst in the NBA with 108 points per game, which obviously Cade can help with. And then assists per game, again, they were 24th, the sixth worst in the NBA. Cade can help with that. And then points allowed is the 23rd, which is the seventh worst. So they're in the top 10 worst for every single category in there, which is mainly because of their younger roster. And I really think that the Houston Rockets, they can come back. And it's obviously because of Harden, like, getting traded, like, mid-season. So I really think that that's mainly the reason why the Rockets did so poorly this season, because they had to figure things out with the rotation, everything among that. But I really think the Rockets, they can be a great team if they figure out the rotation, if they get these players to become better scorers, to hit better shots, to make better shot decisions. All of that stuff plays a key part in that. And I think that if Cade can come in and do what he's capable of doing, like I said with the Pistons, that the Houston Rockets, they can be a playoff team. Like, I didn't say that with the Pistons, but I think the Rockets, though, they have a little legitimate chance of making the playoffs next season, if Cade is able to do what he was able to do at Oklahoma State his first season and be able to translate maybe 85% of that to the NBA. I really think that they can be a playoff team. So yeah, guys, that's all the team fits and everything I've got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have not already, please like and subscribe. I love doing these videos, and I hope you guys like me doing them. We got more of them coming your way, so stay tuned and be sure to subscribe, like and subscribe, and comment where you think that, obviously I think Cade is going to end up in Detroit, but you think that somehow, some way, the Pistons skip on like a great player in Cade Cunningham and the Rockets get him? Tell me what your thoughts are on that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.